How's it? Aloha. Welcome to Mongus Max Hawaii's newspaper channel, where we're going to go over the news. The news? The news. They say the bus. Why not say the news? Eh? The news? The news? The news? The news? And that's going to be off for a little bit. I'm going to do it like sparingly. I'm getting all stupid because I can see my freaking flipper is working. And I turned off Flipper's automatic focus. It's actually making Flipper sounds. Well, annoying Flipper sounds. Dang, man. I mean, a little but this is like all the time, and it's loud, man. What's up with that? Okay. Let's get on it. Today's Postmaster Day, and I got a speech, and I just chose this thing, and now I gotta talk about the Babylonian captivity and the destruction of Jerusalem in a few minutes. So I got crap to do. I get stuff on my mind. It's obviously, oh, this is gonna turn out great. Sure, right, buddy. And this works like smooth as dog rubbing its ass on the carpet. Is this even on? Yes, it is. Is it even rolling? See, the thing is, like, the teeny button is so teeny, eh? It's so teeny tiny, eh? And this one, you don't even know if it's like focused. What's with the focus sheet? Now, today, to the newspaper. Today is August. Oh God, there I go again. Take two. October. Why do we do that? It's like the sound is and it just goes right to October 21st, Wednesday. Anno Domini 2020. So, here it is. First, you gotta do that, theater. Happy, sad, because you never know what to choose. It says low marks for Ige. Ige is the governor of Hawaii. So far, right now, currently. And, one thing I gotta say about low marks for Ige is, before I get into this, is that low marks, come on, this is like grading system. The way people grade things, like, what would you give that movie? A B- or a C+? Because once a teacher, always a teacher. Like, once a Boy Scout, always a Boy Scout. I gotta revive the Boy Scout stuff. The teacher stuff. This teacher stuff's in there. So I went to normal school. That's teacher school. So, what you have is grading is a big thing with teachers. If you didn't know that already. And so, you get out of, you're into that system, or in that frame of mind, and all you look at, someone gives a movie a C+ or something. It's like, well, you kind of, it's almost like you let it slide, because now it's that they're in your territory and in your thinking, they're in your mindset, or they think they are. So then all of a sudden people are grading things like, it's like, hey man, I went to teacher school, and you're sitting there grading everybody. But, what can you say? I don't know. I can say oodles about it, but I shouldn't, because whatever. Drink some coffee and hang loose. Hang loose. It just to tell you, it puts the teacher mode in a weird. Oh, I knew that was going to be hot. Hot. So, now, if you notice, this one is political, so it says low marks. low marks. Not failed, not something totally horrible. It's like, well, Johnny, did you share your report card with your father? Because the mother talks like that. Because Johnny has some, what is it, darling? Johnny has some low marks. It's like underballing the gravitas of the gigantically failure grading systems are kind of BSy too. It's just an assessment. It's not judgment, and that's what I stand by. I don't judge people. I assess them. That's right. And this better be rolling, because I'm talking this thing and it's not rolling. Kukan and Flippa. My little invisible friends. Now, hi guys out there. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like. I got other videos, and we got different series. This is the newspaper series. So like, subscribe, send it to your friends, so they question your taste and whatever. I guess the insanity that is COVID confinement. And speaking of COVID, we have a daily case of 66, as in Route 66. I can't drive 55 on Route 66, and 2.9%, so looking good, under 5% by 2.9%. That means midnight tonight, tier 2, which means the tier goes to tier 2, but it's lower restrictions. So keep that in your low marks assessment system. Tier 2 go up, restrictions go down. And yeah, okay, now back to Ige. Gov'nah, what's up, Gov'nah? It looks apparently have given you low marks. How rude! That's atrocious. Well, if you wouldn't act like Mr. Miyagi, wax on, wax off. Actually, Mr. Miyagi kicks ass, and when I compare him to Mr. Miyagi, I thought I was going overboard. I'm actually it's kind of a favorable comparison. Mr. Miyagi, who wouldn't want to be compared to Mr. Miyagi? But actually, to tell you the truth, honestly, I said Mr. Miyagi because he looks like Mr. Miyagi. Danny, wax on, wax off. Trying to find more meaning. Keep it simple. Zen or Tao. Well, that was Tao, and this is Zen. Most Oahu voters say that the governor could have handled COVID better. The age-old criticism. You could have done better. Hindsight is 2020, right? Health department in disarray. Delays in processing unemployment checks. A major outbreak in one of the large prisons and the on-again, off-again effort to reopen the economy has resulted in a high disapproval rating for Governor Ige's handling of the novel coronavirus. Well, it's not just a novel or new coronavirus. It's a freaking whole new situation. So you got to cut this guy some slack. Low marks, my ass. I should continue on. Let's just line item this here. The health department in disarray. Well, the health department had bad, let's say, not exactly on top of the ball. What do you call it? Call that stuff leadership. Yeah, what do they call it? Some people, this thing called leadership. I don't know. It's very rare. So they didn't have the greatest leadership. When the stuff was hitting the fan in the health department, these people were like throwing their hands up in the air, going on retirement, and going on paid leave, and going, I can't deal with this. Was that the governor's fault? Delays in processing unemployment checks. I don't know. There was a whole new system put into place, and they're trying to dish out a bunch of checks to everybody and process their claims for those checks. I mean, they can't even do the regular unemployment checks, much less have everyone do unemployment checks at the same time. Is that the governor's fault? a major outbreak in one of the largest prisons. Yeah, the governor was right there, man. Drop the soap in the prison. It was the governor. Shit, I'm talking about. They blaming everything on the leader. Blame the leader. It's a blame game thing. So cut the guy some slack. On again, off again, effort to reopen the economy. There was backlash and tug of war the whole way through. People wanted it closed to be safe. People wanted to open to make the profit for the business before it closes, and they can open. They stay broke and stay bankrupt. And then the major businesses are like, yeah, us too, just like little businesses. Shucks. So, I don't know about all that. But it is a sort of Hawaii poll advertiser approval rating is on 2-1. Okay. So I just chewed up all our time. Midnight tonight. If you're ready for it, Tier 2. Back in 1971, oh god, nothing. Google's getting sued for being a big monopoly. Of course they are. Who didn't know that? Just Google it. God, they're an icon of what people do on the computer. Also, Sudoku! Haven't done that for a while. I should show you guys how to do Sudoku. Keep saying that. How's 15% jobless rate, the highest in the nation? The highest in all the... Hawaii gets best marks for all the crappiest stuff. And we're the bestest in all the country of unemployment. Spacecraft say touching that. My friend says, because they like those unemployment checks. They like the government cheese, as they say in England. They're getting that government cheese. Big Q, how long will it take for Hawaii economy to rebound what you consider to be a healthy level? 1% by the end of this year. 20% about a year. 40% about 2 years. 30% well beyond 2 years. Big people say about 2 years. Because then I get the business open, then you get the people going in there like expecting to buy crap or whatever. Free COVID test today. Free. The people coming to Hawaii are the ones that get the free COVID test. I have a friend I was on the phone with. He was telling me about his deplorable quest. Dubious treks to find an affiliate to get a positive negative test. Meaning a negative test to positively give him a ticket to get to Hawaii. And of course that went off. Because it just does that. It's so silly. This is an outrage. Alright, letter to the editor and let's get the hang out of that. I'm going to talk about the destruction of Jerusalem in 1587 BCE. That's like that's like horrible is what that is. I mean, they just killed everybody in the city, destroyed the city walls, destroyed their temple, depopulated all of Jerusalem. Thank you, King Nebuchadnezzar. Babylon came in and kicked that. You know why they did that? Because for 3 years, they never paid the tithing that they were trying to pay Babylon. Because Babylon came in earlier, 3 years earlier, kicked ass and said, hey, you guys pay us tithe every year. Then they stopped paying. And look what happened. Then they captured them all and brought them up to Babylon, which is a nightclub up north. Our history takes a dive. Waikiki streets filled with unmasked people. Yep. Express more buses from Middle Street. Just have dismal track record. Why should cover up faces? No, except. All right, let's just pick some. Let's trying to be selective. This is Andy and Pekin. Waikiki streets filled with unmasked people. The other day, my wife and I found ourselves on the outskirts of Waikiki. They found themselves. I then decided to see what life was like there, since it was 2 days after travel quarantine was lifted. I have to say how upsetting it was for me to see a majority of the visitors and residents in Waikiki disregarding the use of face masks. I would say it was 75% to 25%, with most not using the masks. If the tourists want to come back, and if our tourism industry wants to that too, then let's ensure they all follow our laws. Do not come into our home, parenthetical Hawaii, unparenthetical, and disrespect our laws. And potentially end up getting us sick in the process. Malama is not only our islands, but those who live in here as well. John Fielding, Kaka'ako. He's from Kaka'ako. Isn't that great, Kaka'ako? You should come here and visit Kaka'ako. It's over there. Well, someone wants to be Mr. Hawaiian. Too soon to reopen to Hawaii tourists. Just wear your mask. It's a thing. I mean, never mind. That's the most effective thing. This is number one entrance point. See? Number one entrance point. Too soon to reopen to Hawaii to tourists. I believe that Hawaii should be not open to tourists. We are just coming off a lockdown. And finally closed, moving to Tier 2 from Tier 1 in COVID-19 guidelines that Mayor Kirk Caldwell outlined. For many locals, including myself, this means that we cannot finally overcome the house and spend time with friends and extended family. It's all locked in the house. They do that anyways. And how the state has handled contract tracing up to this point, we are expecting to believe that they were able to make sure tourists actually test. The government once again is showing that it cares more about tourist money than it does about local lives. Just figuring that one out. Christopher Espinoza, Portlock. That's the rich Howley neighborhood. Those are all stereotypes, I'm sorry. I'm perpetuating stereotypes. Okay, blah and blah and blah. One more? Shorty. Is this even working? Guess so. Sorry. Hawaii Democrats have dismal track record. All of the local news sources report that Hawaii appears, quote, overwhelmingly, unquote, for Joe Biden. I cannot understand why. I just cannot understand that why. Democratic Governor David Ige closed the state for the last 8 months. Damn him! The rail transit project is bankrupting the state, not just Honolulu. The rail project is a big snafu, but they made it that way. And the Democratic Party offers nothing but bumper-sticker messages, which is better than the silence of the GOP, but also not doing any good. Maybe the voters are really dumb. James Pittrick, Pahoa, Hawaii Island, 221 Kukuinut Lane, Apartment B. It doesn't have that, I'm just joking. He's damning of the Democratic and the Republican Party. Good for you, James Pittrick. But I don't know. I think the Democratic, the Republican Party here just kind of toes the line of the Republican Party on the mainland, and they're sort of like the silent minority in a way, and that's how they can get ahead. The Democrats are bigger because they've been here since it was a state. I'm sorry, that's just it. And dumb means not speaking, not stupid. I wish you could have said stupid. Are they? Maybe the voters are really. I mean, It should be I know you can't because it's politically incorrect, but it should be written, maybe the voters are really that stupid. Something like that. They're total idiots. Walking around with no brains because they got victimized by the zombie apocalypse. No, go vote. Vote what you want to vote, for sure. Look at all you can look at, go out there and vote what you want, because it's secret. No one has to know. But this, once again, blaming the leader. There's only one way to blame the leader. Pumpkinhead. Anyways, I gotta get. So take it easy. Aloha. You're probably off. Aloha. Take 'em easy. Okay. Z.